All right, Haley, we're back again this week for show number 2. So we're great time last week, and so we're all ready to go.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Last week, we had 687 views on our show. So we are so excited. We had a blast doing that. We are so excited to be here tonight. We thank you guys all for joining already. Hey, Miss Helen and Laura and Cassie, Cross, Jonathan, Colin, Sonia. So glad for y'all to join us already. That's awesome. Mr. Kenny, Colin wants to know whose fields are those in our picture.
Those are my fields at my farm, and that is the sowing is compliments of David Head and Jeff Martin, and so that's on my farm in Kentucky.
Awesome, y'all. I have Riley Kate with me today. Clint went offshore fishing, so today's show presents Riley Kate. This is the real life.
Cool, absolutely it is, and we are live, everyone. Believe me. And so we, as Haley and I talk a lot, it's a family show. It's a family sport, and the more of the youngsters we have involved in it, the better. And we just raise some of them right, just like Riley Kate.
That's right.
So, and there's my girl right there in the back. Well, listen, let me say first that I'm going to ask for forgiveness for my voice. This past weekend, I had to run my sister's dog, and amazingly, it doesn't pay any more attention to me than she does. So, as you can tell, I had to call on it a few times with all of it. So, anyway, forgive me for that, but we'll forge on through all this and go. So, anyway, let me, Haley, if I can, I want to talk about my dog Moose. Most of you don't know, Moose passed away last week. He was around a long time, and so that wasn't very easy. There are a few things I believe in this world, and one is I don't think we pick dogs. We can read all the books we want to read and say we're picking this puppy and we're picking that puppy and we're this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, I don't believe we pick them. I believe they pick us.
Absolutely.
And there is no question that Moose picked me. And I believe that dogs come in our lives and they are with us because they have work to do. And they leave when their work's done. And Moose came into mine at 5 weeks old. I wasn't expecting him until about 7 to 8 weeks, and they showed up on the doorstep with him. And he lived in the house. He grew up in the house with me. He was one of those dogs that didn't do anything slow. It didn't matter whether you were going outside, going to the kennel, going in the trailer. He was wide open. And I remember one day that he was turning loose, and I had his door on the trailer open, and I couldn't find him. And I looked around the truck, and I had left the driver's side door open, and he was sitting in the driver's side seat ready to go. He had no intention of leaving, me leaving without him going. So he was that kind of dog. He would have been 13 on Valentine's Day. So that may tell you how much work he had to do with me because he had to be around a long time.
That's right.
I told you he was in the house with me. He used to eat he loves popcorn. And
really?
He would sit by my chair and we would watch television, or I watched television. He mostly watched the popcorn bowl to see when his next piece of popcorn was coming. But we'd eat popcorn and watch. But the thing that he loved most was hunting. He loved in the field and hunting. And I counted the other day, I hunted in 9 states with him. And so from South Dakota to Nebraska to all across the Midwest and the Southeast. And so he got to do a ton of what he loved. and I have a ton of memories watching him. And finally, the other day, this weekend, I thought about it, and I realized he is he's with my good friend JD, and I know now he's not paying any more attention to JD than he did to me, but they have big wide open prairies and there are lots of birds and they're having a blast. So anyway, let me just say thank you so much for giving me 2 seconds to talk about that. Those of you that are on, thank you for your thoughts about Moose. He was special, Larry, to me. So anyway, the one thing Moose would say, we've done enough talking. We need to get on the field trialing. I know that's what he thought. So Haley, I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
Riley Kate is printing something on the printer at the moment.
Okay.
Hey, go play. From what I know of Moose, Moose was a dang good dog. He's what got you into this, so I'm very thankful for Moose. I'm very thankful for you, Kenny, and I'm thankful that we have those dogs to share these memories about, even though they're no longer with us. I know that they are with us. They're still with us, even though they're not earthly. So
Absolutely.
my heart goes out to you with that for sure. I want to give a shout out to our little buddy, Cooper Thomas.
All right.
Cooper is 6 years old. He'll actually be 7 in November. He's in 1st grade. Cooper is Clint's little shadow. Literally, if Clint had a little boy, I think he would want him to be Cooper. Cooper is also a Coop Daddy, Snuffy, all the above. That whole family has many nicknames. Cooper is Matthew and Caitlin's little boy. Caitlin judges for us, and Matthew runs field trials with us. Cooper is an athlete. Cooper plays baseball, basketball, football, tennis, and now he runs field trials.
Wow.
This little boy, when we're out practicing, it doesn't matter what dog. He is right behind Clint. He wants to go out with every run, and if he misses a run, he's mad. He is mad. He makes every step that Clint makes behind that dog. That he and they ran youth at nationals, and they actually got 1st place in the youth at nationals, and they had an awesome time. But Cooper is learning all the commands. He knows to tell the dogs to here, heel, sit, stay. The dogs will actually bring him the bird now, which is awesome. And so we love the youth. We love having them all there. Cooper has a brother, Collier, who's a year or two older than him, and he's all into it too. Not quite as much as Cooper, but he loves it. So we're looking forward to this nationals and seeing what the youth does. We actually had 4 of the youth last year, and we had 1st, 2nd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 11th. Our boys placed this past year at the youth, and let me tell you, they were big time, or at least they thought they were. They had a good time. They enjoyed it, and I really just can't wait to see the future of Up to Youth, because like you said, it's very important that we invest in them, and the fact that they're learning this stuff so early on. I mean, you can applying discipline to dogs in the field and with yourself is a whole lot at my age, but as a child, I can only imagine what it can do for yourself as you go on. And so I'm super proud of these guys, especially Cooper. His heart is in it, and it shows. He has a good time. He'll correct Clint in a heartbeat, like, no, you should have done this. And Clint's like, oh, excuse me. Like, you're right, bud. You're right, bud. On the board, it's on the board of doing our things. It's not Clint running this dog. It's Cooper running that dog, and he has a good time. We're happy that they're here, and we're very thankful for them.
Good. Great. That's super. Well, the youth is, I do remember him at trials watching it, and I just think that's this is a worn out statement, but it's the future of the sport. So we're excited about that. Let me say, we have a bunch of people on tonight. This is just some that I've seen here. We have Chris and Dina and Ted and Loretta and Marie and Colin's on, and Colin, you're right. No matter how long we have with them, it's never long enough with their dogs. And Gabriella Griffith and Dave Pike. Now, I have to tell you a story about Dave. There is a rumor, and I don't know if this is true, but there's a rumor that Dave is come into possession of one of those souped up John Deere Gators, you know, with he's I think it's because he's at advanced age that he needs air conditioning and he needs heat. I don't know. I'm so close behind him. I'm gonna find that out when I see him next. So anyway, Joey's on Preston, which runs the club up at Stanford, and we'll talk a little bit more about his big trial coming up. And of course, Vicki Hunter. So let's just some that are on. All of you, thank you. We appreciate it tonight. I'm gonna switch gears and talk a little bit. I went up to Buck Valley this past weekend. Larry Reed puts on that trial and runs that. We had a great time. A lot of fun. It was it started out wonderful weather, a little damp, and it got a little hot, which seemed to be much more difficult on me than it did the dogs. But anyway, as my running buddies, I like to call David Head, that travels with me everywhere. He had a big weekend. He finished second with Rudder on Saturday in the open pointing, and second on Sunday with Rumor. I like to brag on him. They're two out of our dogs. And he also ran doubles with me, on Saturday, and we had a second place there. But good as that was.
That is awesome.
It was great. Really good for us. But we didn't hold the light to Larry Reed. Larry goes up with his dog, his English setter Daz, and he wins the Open on Saturday. He wins an amateur on Saturday and Sunday, I believe I'm correct. And then he wins doubles with Jerry McCannon on Saturday. So Larry was a little bit ugly to most of us, having to win all that much. So yeah, great time. We had got to watch a lot of dogs. They actually ran Flushing as well.
Oh, really?
While they were there. I didn't attempt that one because I knew with the number of runs I had, I couldn't do that. Now I did. I talked about my sister and how her dog would listen and all that. Remy and I came to an understanding, and she actually got a second place on Sunday. So we had. She's a really nice. I really think a lot of her. So she's gonna be a nice pup. And Jeff's gonna have a lot of fun with her. So we just had a great time. 2-day trial. Got to see lots of people I hadn't seen, and it was nice to be outside and not worry with, having to worry with being inside and being cooped up anymore. And so that was perfect. But we had a great day. We always have a great day when I'm turning a dog loose and we're going down to the field. So anyway, with that, I think we'll move on here and talk a little bit about the high points race. Now we have a high point race in the amateur really heating up. It's a little flip flop around the top, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Haley, why don't you talk a little bit about, because some people may not understand how those points are calculated and all. Talk a little bit about how a dog gets the points toward the high point dog of the year.
All right. So high point is a awesome thing to get. High Point Dog of the Year is phenomenal. Not only does High Point give you another trophy and another bragging rights, it also gives you a automatic in onto the finals round, which is awesome. So how you get to High Point is, it's all about points, all about the points. So you place first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So your first place, you get 6 points. Your second, you get 5 points, or your second place, you get 5 points. Third place, you get 4 points. Fourth, you get 3. Fifth, you get 2, and sixth, you get 1, and so on. So after that, you get 1 point times however many dogs that you beat. And then those points add up, and those are the points you see at when you Google UFTA, UFTA.com, you can go and you can see results. You look up dog search and dog flushing, pointing, amateur doubles, all of those things, and that's what that's talking about. And so the dog at the end of the year with the most points, who's also the top on that list, is your High Point Dog of the Year. And you can only score on 10 trials. Those are the only ones that are counted. After you've ran 10 trials, your lowest score, it doesn't fall off. You can only better it. So say you only got 30 points at a trial because you made like what, 5th, but you got a first place win at the other trial and you got like 90 points because you had a 21, 25 dog trial, which is awesome. So you subtract like 80 minus 50 and the remainder is only what you can better your score. Mm-hmm. It gets really confusing, but if you get a piece of paper and write it all down, it's very easy. And for a long time, we didn't even know how it was calculated. We're like, how are these people getting a high point? And so once we figured it out, man, we were hooked. Yeah. And Clint was actually first place high point dog of the year last year. And so first place, you get a trophy or a plaque or some sort, whatever they decide, and then you get your automatic into the finals round. But they also award your second and third place in open flushing, doubles flushing, open pointing, doubles pointing, open amateur. I don't think there's a doubles amateur, am I right?
Correct.
Right. So all those, you can get a high point dog, your first, second, and third. And each one of those people that have made a first, second, third are an automatic into the finals round.
Right.
And last year, my dog, Rose, with Clint and I, we were third place high point dog of the year, which was awesome for me. My granny had just gotten in the hospital and she was very, very critical. And to know that last trial that I ran was my shoe-in of high point was just phenomenal to me. I know Clint was ecstatic. It's the first time he's gotten it. And you actually got, what was it? First point amateur pointing high point dog with Thrasher. So that was quite an accomplishment for you.
Thank you. You know, I say an accident happens every day, and so that's true. The bigger the trial you run, the more points you can get and all of it. So it is kind of fun. It is really fun when we get into December and kind of toward the end of the year, and everybody's looking out there saying, you know, I need to be in this big a trial, and if I win, I get this many points and all. So we see all that coming, and the one that's really heating up for us right now is the amateur pointing. We had a little switch in the top, and Trent Pike and Turbo has taken over the lead. Bodie and Dave Trigg are in second, and then Cap and Kevin Pixley are in third. But there's only 84 points between third place and first place. And for those of you who know, that's not a whole lot of points when it comes to going from third to first sometimes. And sometimes that's just one trial. You pick those up really easily. But we're going to, and there's some others. The really fun thing about the amateur trial high point is there are several other dogs below that that have a real shot at it, and especially knowing Trent's cousin Lauren is right behind him with Copper and kind of pushing him. So we're really, it's going to be fun to watch. I wish I could go to E-Town this weekend because they're having, of course, open and amateur, and that would be fun because I know those two young men or women are ready to run, and there are some others showing up because of it. And of course, the big trial that Joey's doing, the Kentucky Open, we'll have lots of dogs, and that's going to be important for somebody to win, and we may shuffle all these again. So anyway, so tell us about Flushing, or where we are with Flushing and doubles Flushing.
So doubles Flushing, right now as it stands, Thor with Eddie Carbon is at 345. Then you have Midas with Eddie Carbon at 265, and Hercules with Eddie Carbon at 219. Following in fourth is Ronto and Nick Portentoso. I think I said that right. Sorry, Nick. And Ultra with Clint Bradshaw. And so the fifth dog is at 179 and the top dog's at 345. So really that's not that big of a difference. There's still plenty of time. High Point is a points race, and it's definitely a points race, and there's still plenty of time until the cutoff. And then in open Flushing, we have Thor with Eddie Carbon, Midas with Eddie Carbon, and Dakota with Don Hunter. Fourth is Izzy with Brandon Tarquinio, and Briggs with Clint Bradshaw. Here for us, we live in the dirty South. It is hot, hot, hot. We can't even begin. Like I said, we've had one trial that not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And then our next one, we have one this weekend. So it's hard for us to get those trials ahead of even you guys, because you're in Tennessee. It's a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Today, me and Riley Kate laid out in our swimsuits in the front yard.
Oh, wow.
If that tells you anything.
Yeah.
So it's still hot. There's rattlesnakes, and they are crawling. So
Oh, wow. So,
it's hard, but we get it in, and when we do, we make it count. So, but I am very proud of all these guys. They've all competed
yes.
very hard, and have put, these are great dogs, every single one of them. Eddie, Brandon, even Dawn, he's new to it. Like I said last week, Nick is pretty new. Nick Portino. They've done a really great job for themselves. I'm super proud for all of them. I can't wait to see what the turnout is.
Yeah, and you all, I know you have one this coming week, but next month you have the Big Foggy Bottom Classic, and that'll be a big trial, and will be fun too. I know John and I attended last year, and we had a blast. So lots of big trials coming. I'm gonna move to pointing. Brandon Tarquinio is still in first place in open pointing with Stella. We did have a move up to second place. Cole, that's owned and handled by Paul Vaughn, Frank Arno, and Hoyt Malden, moved into second. So they've had some good trials, and then Randy Hilligus with Holler stayed in third. So that race looks like it might be tightening up a little bit, and so we'll follow it. Doubles pointing, Bo and Mags with Butch White are leading that. Grace with Reed Thacker and Jersey with Jeff Heights are in second. And then Blue with Lynn Laws and Roxy with Butch White are in third in doubles pointing. So we're, they've got a good tight race going on in doubles too. And as you know, that's a lot of fun because it's kind of wild and woolly out there. Doubles, flushing or pointing along the line. I'm going to say here, let me encourage anybody, if you haven't gone, you don't have to have a dog. You just go watch and go out, and you'll enjoy the people. One of the things I've said about this organization from the day I started was it's some great people, and they're fun people, and they'll help you. And if you need, I got lost in the fog trying to go to the Kentucky Open the first year, and after the third phone call, Joey got me in. He kept saying, "You go across the lake and turn left," and I'm like, "But I can't see the lake, fog so far." So, but they're going to help you find it, and it'll be it's a fun place. If you love dogs, it's a fun place to watch. So,
Absolutely.
So anyway, two others on here, Jonathan and Kendra Thomas. Cross is on with us, Payne, and then Kayla Baggett has joined us. So we got a great crowd here tonight, and I'm going to kind of turn this back, Haley, to kind of close us up for tonight, and we'll kind of turn it back to you.
All right. I was going to say, since Kayla Baggett's watching, Bill doesn't have a Facebook, but Kayla and Bill are awesome. Bill used to run with us all the time. Bill's dog actually got ran over, and he kind of got out of it for a long time. She was an awesome dog. I tried to run the dog before when Bill couldn't. No. She was a loyal dog. She only ran for Bill. She was sweet as could be. Now they've actually gotten a dog for their daughter.
Good.
And they have two girls, and let me tell you, these girls are something else. You want a performance during a field trial, you come to one of our trials. You'll have Briley and Kennedy here. They'll put you on a good show. They'll dance, sing, everything. They're hilarious. But Kennedy is taking a great interest in field trial. She wants to learn to judge. She wants to become a certified judge. She's getting older. She knows over half the rules. She is learning to score. She goes out with our judge every single time and watches, and she does it on her own, and she checks over and makes sure that hers is correct. And I just think that's awesome because she's in 4th or 6th grade. I can't remember, but that's young, and she really enjoys it. We enjoy having them. We're so glad that Bill is back into it, and we hope that they're able to come with us to nationals this year. Cool. With that being said, I wanted to kind of let y'all know when some of our upcoming trials are for Flushing. I saw that, or we have one this weekend here. 17th and 18th, Saturday and Sunday. We have one open and one doubles each day. And it's our fall classic. We have some awesome, beautiful wood trophies that have been made. I can't wait to see everyone with them.
Wow.
They were, I forgot what it was, like wood burning is in them. They're really nice. Something different. I saw that Columbia Game Club in Sullivan, Ohio has a flushing trial this the 24th and 25th. They have one open and one doubles each day as well, and that's with Tim Resnick. Stick Lake Hunting Club in Springville, Alabama actually has a trial the 24th, and the 24th, which is a Saturday only. They have two open flushing, and they're also doing pointing as well. They have a lot of open, amateur, and doubles that weekend.
Good.
That's with Mike McClendon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a trial coming up too after that. It's after our first public pheasant hunt of the year, which is going to be so fun. I can't wait. That Sunday, we have a trial, and we actually have two open and two doubles that day. So it'll be a very busy day, but super fun. And like Mr. Kenny said earlier, if anyone's interested in coming and just watching, even if you don't have a dog yet, or if you do and you're not sure how it works, we invite you out just to come and hang out, watch, ask questions. If you don't ask, you don't know. That's my motto. And so,
if you want to get what I found, if you have a dog and you simply want to go out and run it, I mean, there are innumerable people in this organization that helped me get started, and they would say, now, you need to do this, and they would help you in a run and all. So if you have one and you just want to come try it, because within the rules, the judge will help you, but people there will help you.
Absolutely.
That's the cool thing. And I know Vicki has asked about where they can learn more about it. I mean, obviously, Haley, I'll be glad to talk to you. You can find us through Facebook or find somebody close. We'll, but they can tell you all about how to do it, and people. So they'll, that's the kind of nice thing. It's not like you're thrown out there and everybody's sitting over there watching you. They're going to help you learn.
Absolutely. Miss Vicki, we're just 15 minutes down the road from you. I think you know where I live at. You actually won me, of course, so you do know where I live at. We started this new little wine group in Enterprise, Elba, and all the stuff where during COVID it was to unite women. And she was like the rock star of the group. And so Miss Vicki, we'd love to have you out. I went to school with her son to high school. Even just to come to watch, whatever, we'd love to have you here. And one thing else I want to mention, Kenny, is this hat. I'm wearing it tonight because Hunt to Eat is a organization that is big on you hunt what you eat. They're big on gun safety. They're big on, actually the owner of the company is a field trial judge. He's huge on field trials, loves it. Their main goal is safety, and they love hunting what you eat. So I wanted to wear that in recognition because we've actually gotten a couple of sponsors for some of our upcoming trials. And for our show as well. So this weekend we'll have a couple of awesome prizes to give out along with your trophy for our first, second, and third winners. For our first winners for our sponsors. Hunt to Eat is one of them. And we're just so excited to have them on board. It's an awesome hat, fits well. We have some other stuff coming from a couple other places like Yukonuba and Over and Under Clothing Company. And as you must know, that Over and Under is my thing. Like, I love their clothing. I love their leather colors. I love their jewelry. I have shotgun shell earrings from them. And I love their gun mostly. All I choose Over and Under, so much so that when I go turkey hunting, I don't want automatic. I want to get turkey checks from my Over and Under, and that's my plan.
Cool. One of the things Haley and I have talked about a lot is one of our shows we want to do about certainly about women's apparel, because Haley can tell you that it's not the easiest to find, and so knowing where to find it and help anybody out there that are looking for briar pants or chaps or shirts or whatever with it. So we want to do that and kind of be helpful along the way, because again, it's difficult to find. I know sometimes
it is very difficult. There's just been in the last year like a women's vest come out. We'll talk more about that on our next show. But yes, it's been very difficult. I've messaged multiple people, followed different people and search, and I finally found some stuff that I like. But yeah.
All right. One last thing before we when we close up. I mentioned this a couple of times, but the Kentucky Open was rescheduled. It's October the 30th and November the 1st. That is outside of our nationals, our biggest trial. There will be pointing and flushing. Well, and let me back up here. We'll first contact Joey Preston or Chris Hubbard for that. Next weekend, again, up in Sharon, South Carolina, you can contact Scott Boland. Lincoln Trail at Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Contact David Pike or Hardy Jaggers, and of course, all of those numbers are on the UFTA website as you need to do that. But kind of get those on your calendar. And Haley, I think with that, we have come to the conclusion of our second show. It was fun. And so everyone will be back on next Thursday at 7:30 again. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody along the way. So we appreciate it. If we don't see you this weekend, we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you guys for joining Field Trialing with Haley and
Kenny.
Say bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Rhonda Kate. There we go. That's the best send off we have. All right. Thank you.